Hello, my dear friends. Good morning. Good afternoon. So I always forget. So I hope you're doing well, and I hope you're not as cold as last week because we have had a lot of snow and stuff like that in the United States. Anyway, good morning, and we're going to be talking about circular knitting, and I am going to show you how to work with only 18 stitches. See, this is circular. Oh, let's see who's here. Okay, all right. Hi, Doug. How are you? Good morning. Are you anyone? Let's see who else is going to be here. Let's see who else is going to be here. Good afternoon. How are you, Doug? How are you, Douglas? What are you making lately? Tooth Fairy, hi. This is becoming a club. Hi, Rebecca. Good morning. Good afternoon. How are you? Naoma. Okay. Lourdes. How are you from Maryland? Lourdes Padilla from Maryland. Okay. You finished the knit along? Douglas, okay. Flora Seafer, how are you? Thank you. Thank you. Rebecca, how are you? Okay. Okay, from Holland, Sian Peters. Sian Peters. Is that the way it's pronounced? Sian Peters? You're 2/3 of the way. No, good. Okay, you also finished another shadow knit scarf. Oh, I need to do a shadow one. I haven't done any of that. Sure, yes. I have students that have many projects, and then when they mess up, they come to class for me to fix all their boo boos. Anna, how are you from Portugal? Anna from Portugal. Okay, there's another sign. Kavitha from India. Oh, right. Okay, who are you? Where are you from? Oh, yes, from Greece. How are you? How are you? And I don't know how to pronounce your name. Hi, Jeannie. Good afternoon from Orlando. All right. Ana Russo, María Flores. Hola, amiga, desde Ecuador. Saludos cordiales. Gracias por compartir. Bendiciones. Muchas gracias, María Flores. Qué linda. Lourdes Padilla, muchas gracias. Thank you very much. Okay, the swirled cow. Yeah, that's a lot of fun. Okay, so today we are going to be talking about knitting in the round with very few stitches. So see, these are very few stitches. I only have 6 on each of these needles. So this you work with 4 double pointed needles, 5 if you wish, but I prefer only the round. And see, what happens is that when you have a circular needle, you need a lot of stitches to actually go around the needle. Otherwise, the stitches don't connect. So when you have only, let's say that you want to make a headband. So if you want to make a headband, you don't cast on 100 stitches. You only cast on maybe 30 stitches and knit in the round, because these are 18 stitches. See, these are 18 stitches. So let's say that you need double this for a round headband. So see, what happens is that if you make a round headband, you have the double thickness because it's going to be like that. See, like double. So this is going to be the inside, this is going to be the outside, and it's going to be double, so it's going to cover your ears and your head much nicer than if it was only one layer. So if you're going to knit a headband, there are no circular needles that only fit, let's say, 30, 32, 35. So what you want to do is use either double pointed needles. Here I have 18, and knit. And we have a tutorial, a video on how to use the double pointed needles. And also you can use 2 double pointed needles to knit in the round. And that you start like with 20, and then knit front and back, knit front and back, knit front and back of each stitch. And now you have knit, purl, and you knit and pass the next stitch, or purl and then pass the next stitch. So we have a tutorial on that also. And another way of doing that, see here, I have the same 18 stitches. See, I have 9 stitches on each of the needles. And you use 2 circular needles to do that. And we have a tutorial on how to use the 2 circular needles, because what you do is that, for example, I am going to start knitting with this, and this is the transparent with the transparent, and you start knitting with that. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then you're done with that, and you turn and you pick up the red cable, and you pick up the other tip of the red cable, and you start knitting with that on red with red. So then we have a tutorial on how to do this, and also this is very, very easy. It looks complicated, but really, I really recommend using 2 circular needles, especially because you can do the crown of a hat. So let's say that you have, I don't know, 120 stitches on a hat. And then you don't want to use double pointed needles to keep reducing it to the top. So what you want to do is that you put the 2 circular needles with half of the stitches on one side, half of the stitches on the other, and you start taking off, and you can end up with 4 stitches, 2 on each needle, which is really difficult to do even with double pointed needles. So let's see what you're saying, Anna. Okay, no, you're not saying anything. So that is very important that you are able to do that, because it really is easy. And let's see what else you can do with this. You can do cuffs, like the cuffs around your hand. So you can do cuffs and, do it up to there. And you can do that with either double pointed needles or with the 2 circular needles. And you can do cows. And it's just a lot of fun to do it like that. And of course, you can make a scarf that is, let's say, uh, 30 stitches on each side. And so it becomes circular. So it's like a tube that goes around, and you can make any kind of stitch on that because you're just changing from one needle to the other. So let me get that here again. So you see, even if you have, let's say 30 on each needle, let me get this back here so it doesn't spook us, so I can tell you what to do. So even if you have your 2 needles and you're working in a circle, this, let's say that there's 30 stitches here and 30 stitches there for a scarf, and it becomes a tube, and the scarf becomes very thick. It becomes like the 2-layer, the same as the headband. And that is a lot of fun, a lot of fun. And because then you can put the 2 together and put like, you know, any kind of finish there, or just the barbitas, you know, the things, the strands. So that is, you can get them together and do that. So we're going to have a video on how to make a scarf or a headband with a double layer, and then we'll show you how to either sew them together with a Kitchener stitch, or you can just leave them like that. Because if you make a headband, it can go around your head, make a knot there with the same tube, and just leave the edges out, and that would look really charming. That would look very cute. So yeah, I think I'll do something like that. Okay, so now we talked about that, and we're going to be receiving our Knit Crate yarn. I hope that we receive it soon because it went out, I don't know, I think it was Tuesday of last. No, it was I think it was Thursday or Friday of last week. And we want it. We want it because I love that yarn. And the knit along that Hannah has. And the store, Anna, please talk about your store, about the store that you have. And so they have a store, and I bought my t-shirt and my 2 pillows there, and I enjoy them very much. Okay, what are you talking about, Tammy? What length are my double pointed needles? Let's see. These are, I think they are 4, I think these are 12. I think these are 12 inches. But the double pointed needles, the circular needles, it doesn't matter the length they are. And I have here one that is longer than the other. See? One is longer than the other, and it really doesn't matter as long as they have the same thickness, the same size. So the cable length doesn't matter because you're still passing one needle to the other, so it really doesn't matter because you're changing from one side to the other. If they're short, that would be okay, but sometimes you can knit in the round with only one circular needle because you pull the cable and keep knitting. So this is just that's called a magic loop. So, and it really doesn't, the length doesn't matter. Okay, Tammy, just a second. Anna's going to tell you about the store because I don't I don't have the link to that. Okay, 2 double pointed needles, circular knitting. Yes, there it is, the circular knitting, and with double pointed needles. 3 pairs of, yeah, the Chiago. These are the Chiagos. These are the Chiagos, and I enjoy them very much because they don't twist. See, these even if they have been used a lot, they are still kind of stiff. And the Chiagos aren't. See, they fall wherever you want. So these are very nice to have. Okay, Tammy, Anna, tell them about the store, please. And Douglas, what? Inches, yards, pounds, stones. I am too. The United States hasn't gotten the metric system. I don't understand why. Because I am used to the metric system, and I remember when I was studying interior decorating here, I had to measure everything. I knew what a meter was, but then I had to calculate the feet. 3 feet for 1 yard. 1 yard equals 91 centimeters. And it was just very difficult for me to get used to the US method. But no, okay. You think it's 8 inches? I think it's a little bit more. 8 inches is about there. 8 y 8 son 16. No, 4 inches is about there. So yes, about 10 inches. Yeah. Because a foot is like that. Anyway, it really doesn't matter as long as you have your stitches in the middle, because you don't want them. Let me see. If you have too many stitches on each double pointed needle, then they tend to slip off. So you want your needles long enough so that if, for example, you have 20 stitches here, they don't fall off your needle. Instead of putting, those tips on your needles each time you change needle, well, that's a lot of work. And so make them long enough so that your stitches stay in the middle. See, I only have 6 stitches on each of these. So there we go. See, and they stay in the middle, and like that, when I move my needle from one to the other, these are not slipping off. So that's important. Okay. Nice, Douglas. Yeah, that's the way to do it, because like that you don't have to pay for shipment. Okay, Monica. Thank you, Monica Wilga. Hey, neat. You are so... Okay, so what is it that would be great for people about Lisbon later? Yeah, Lisbon. Okay, I think the length about the store. Okay. Okay, so Anna. Okay, so inches, yards. The metric system, I love the metric system. You know the metric system, you have $1, and in each dollar you have 10 cents. So it's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, and 100 makes $1. And then $10, $20, $30. So that is in tens. So you don't have £3 for, whatever. That is the English. I don't know if the English still have that system in their monetary system, but I don't know. Anyway, I was raised in Mexico and we had the metric system, and I found the US system a little bit difficult to understand. So, but I understood it, no problem. I know what a yard is, so no problem. I am flexible like that. Okay, the Chiago, yes, they are very nice needles. And we have a store, we have a link to a store where we have double pointed needles, and we have circular needles. We have like kits with circular needles and the different lanes, cables. So, yes, the metric is nice. Okay, let's see. Yes, they have been the best sellers. Oh, you are so funny. Okay, so I wonder what else you need to know. But anyway, after that, yes, there are a lot of men who are knitting and crocheting, and there are more than what we think. It's just that they don't say so. But there are a lot of men that are knitting and crocheting. And I remember that someone sent me a picture of a quarterback sitting waiting for the game to start, and he was sitting like with his helmet on, and his big shoulders like that, and sitting on the bench knitting. So it's so cute. So that was so cute, and I passed it to all my friends because it was so awesome. The meaning of life, but the meaning of life is enjoy it as much as you can. You need to. That is our homework. We need to find as much happiness as possible. Okay. More projects for guys. Well, okay, you can make the circular cow, or the circular scarf, and that is a lot of fun. That is a lot of fun. And you can, for the members, we have the color work. So for whoever wants to become a member, we have the special projects, and we have the color work and the instarsha and all that kind of thing. And so, Tammy, your dad learned from his English mom. Yes, Englishmen knit. Men in, look, in the Middle Ages, it was men who made fabric. It was men who did the weaving and the dyeing of the fabric and the knitting and all those things. Of course, women did a lot of that too, also, and because they stayed home. But now women and men, we both work, so now it's kind of, everybody has a little bit of time to do that. So, okay, try knitted sweater next year. Okay. Find one full of cables, so pretty. Yeah, I love cables in a sweater. The English sweaters, and the Northeast sweaters, like the fisherman sweaters, they are neat. They have a lot of cables, and between cables, there's like a seat stitch or something like that. And I used to make a lot of those for my kids. So my entire life. Yes, my mom knitted beautifully, and her mother didn't teach her. She was from Philadelphia. She grew up there, and she learned from a German lady. So she just went to her house and learned from her. And uh, isn't that neat that older people can teach the younger generation? And I have young students, so they are beginning to do this also. Okay, full of cables. Okay. The seamstress. Okay, what is it that you do, the seamstress? Of course so. Martina, uh, thank you very much. Right, you're learning the front and back stitch. That's very easy. You go and knit the front and leave that stitch there, knit the back of it, and now you increase the stitch. So yeah, it's easy, but keep practicing. Thank you very much to all of you. Tooth Fairy, thank you very much. Merdina, thank you. You are very, very Salma. Thank you very much. Tammy, thank you so much, all of you. Thank you, Monica. Thank you very much. See you next Wednesday at noon. And love you all. Any videos on understanding net charts? Yes, I will need to make videos on understanding net charts, especially when they give you a chart here and then they say follow the chart, the next chart B, and then they put another chart up there. So that really is like, okay, I don't know how to do that. But yes, I'll make a video on how I need to make a note on that. And thank you for telling me. Katrina from Greece. Oh, I love Greece. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Salma. Saima, is it Saima or Salma? Tammy, thank you. Blessings. And I will see you next Wednesday at noon. And bye-bye.